at the 33%. In the totals that Magna had brought up, somewhere in the range of 7 to 8 million at this stage without an unproven market. I think we could help build this together, and we want to see this through into other markets as well. So let's not treat this as the be all end all. Let's treat this as the first step in a potentially long journey.
Vinay.
So can I just to finish the point?
We'll give you the number.
At the 33%, we think something in the range of 2.75 million at 33% is fair. And we'd also request that once profitability is achieved, we start to get paid back before your other investors, just on the initial investment amount. We want that amount secured from your initial profitability, and not as like you pay everything out of your profitability directly to Bain. It's we come to an agreement on some revenue share or profit share until that 2.75 at 33% is fulfilled, and then we look to take this across the country.
Yeah, and that would perfectly said, and that would value a company about above 8 million, which is great for a company that's not running yet, you know.
Yes, and Magna, Vinay, and Jay-Z, for your information, the valuation that I have for my customers is around 30 million, guys, and your proposal is a valuation of 8 million. And you guys know that this is the risk of startups. You're talking about risk. You're talking about we don't know how the market will evolve, etc., etc. You know how it works in the business. You have been in business for years and years.
Thank you, Alex. Thank you.
Thank you.
Will you be willing to not go up to 33%, but up to 25% for? Let me see. Let me just crunch the numbers.
Yeah. Go for it. You can't value a company at 15 million when you're not running yet.
Yes, you can, because you have the technology behind.
Which
for 2.5?
I think given that at 25% stake,
you still have your member on the board.
It would have to, at 35% stake would have to be under 2 million, because at this point we're still thinking it's only your Boston expansion will support you through that. It has to be around 1.8. We can give you about 1.8 million, maybe a 25% stake, but yeah.
Well,
and I think that's a pretty good
no-go
deal
for us.
It gives you more than enough you need to set up in Boston, run efficiently, even have extra marketing, which you hadn't really added in your projections. We want to give you that extra funding for the marketing to really scale. So I would say we can give you about 1.8 million at 25%, and of course Vinay and Jeffrey.
Yeah, I think that's going to be a work for us, because looking at it organically, we can just go on like taking a loan for a bank or something like that, and the injection will be the same, and we'll grow organically. Maybe not as a big amount and as a high-speed rate with your help, but
I'd really urge you to consider the amount that we'd be bringing to the table if we were to partner. So going back to the 33.3, to have an equal third in this at the valuation of 2.75, I believe I'm undervaluing what Bain Capital, the extensive network, the reputation, the technical knowledge, the human capital assets. Part of bringing this to scale is going to be having solid advisors to guide you through this phase and future stages. So we are with you, and we think at the same time, we don't fully understand why there hasn't been an equity investment in this business. We think that other VCs might see this as an additional risk to the business. We see this as a missed opportunity. So I urge you to consider the 2.75 at 33.3% with our individual there, with our partner there, helping you see this through Boston, making it a success in Boston. And then we talk again about what the next series of this looks like in the next phase of the expansion.
Okay, Binay and team, I want to propose something. Okay, let's considering all of this you are saying, let's do something. It is clear to me right now, to the best of my knowledge right now, that you are considering that our valuation is less than 8 millions. Actually, Megna pointed out that specific number like 4 times before we were trying to get a final result. So you are valuing our company less than 8 millions, okay?
And just one point on that. Sorry, just one point on that. So the offer we've made you is greater than what we currently view the company at. Not having a full year of financials, not being in business for 1 year. So we're going above of what our estimates are. So to make those points, that is we're going above.
Yeah. I understood that. That's correct. Let's do something. As you assume that our valuation is less than 8 millions, okay, and considering that you are asking for the 33%, okay, of the total equity, okay, but you are not trusting that our projections, that our valuation is more than 8 millions. So that means that you are saying that this particular business actually doesn't worth more than 8 millions, okay? Considering all your assumptions, you are saying that, okay, so let me propose this. Let's do that, okay? Let's take this, but we already know, because we are sure about our business. We know that we worth way more than 8 millions, way more. It's not like 9 millions, way more. But let's do something. Let allow that Miss Danielson and me, okay, in this equity, for the equity, we will have anti-dilutive rights for our shares, but you don't. Why? What is the problem here? The problem is that you don't trust that our business could value more than 8. If this business is valued more than 8 at some point of the time, like 2 years from now or 3 years from now, and we want to expand the business, okay, and we will go to a next Series B financing, okay, we, Ms. Danielson and me, we will have anti-dilutive rights on our shares. So in the future, because you are not trusting on our potential of growth, you will be diluted in the next series of financing. We are taking right now this risk. That risk is particularly on us, okay? So we have the bet, let's say, we have the bet to expect to have a new series of financing, let's say 1 year. Let's allow to us just to have anti-dilutive rights on our shares, but at the same time, since you are not
on record, we can only base current on what's occurred, and to date, the reason our valuation is this is because of the potential in the market. The reason we're going to Boston is because the potential of the market. The reason we've taken this meeting is because the potential of you and this team. So to your point, I think that can be arranged. I don't want to put anything down in the Series A to say that at this stage. We are open to that and taking a back seat to letting this team scale this to the valuation they believe it could achieve. I think the 33 at 2.75, with that as a clause to be discussed in the next round, where we go into it to see, hey, depending on how Boston goes, we revisit this conversation and we could take a back seat, dilute our shares, exit the opportunity. I think that's totally open for discussion. We can put a clause in there to make sure that is revisited at that stage, but we want to see how this works in America. We want
that's the shares. And at that precise moment, we need to decide.
Okay, so we're gonna take 5 minutes to connect, and I'm gonna assign us to breakout rooms. Just on the point, you have to understand that you need the money. You have a great idea. You need the money to grow and scale in Boston. So keep that in mind. We are Bain. We see 1,000 startups. We usually do not add anti-dilutive terms into our sheets because that's not how we operate. We're one of the largest venture capitals. So you need to know who you're dealing with here, right? With that in mind, please, I love your passion. We're gonna break out because we need to wrap this up. So give us.
Mena, but that is not a good way to start a discussion saying that we are just here begging you for money. That I'm trying to solve the different ways you have to offer opportunities to us. I'm trying to solve because my colleague is not happy. My financial advisor is telling me that this is kind of a joke. This is kind of a stupid idea. So just releasing 33% of this company for just 1.5 or 2 millions, this is stupid. So I'm trying to considering that you are not valuing more than 8 millions for this company. I'm trying to solve this situation, and I'm offering you as assuming that all your numbers are okay, but just saying that we need you, we need the money. It's not a good start for a meeting. Okay, so I'm not going. I'm not mad, but maybe my colleague, I can see his face, is really mad with you particular saying. So please don't repeat again, and we will see you in 5 minutes. Okay?
Well, we didn't start the meeting with that. Remember that we're towards the end of the meeting, but I'm gonna put us to breakout rooms.
To business companies, typically, our focus is on building. So our strength is in technology, and we think we have a lot. We know we have a lot to offer ZipCar at this stage. We want to see this built into a national, international brand. In terms of our typical Series A, as Magna stated, it is boilerplate. So all we'd want to see in there is a simple 33.3%, as we discussed, 2.75 million, as we discussed. Any future conversations about dilution, about sharing, revenue sharing models in the future, about any potential growth, we are happy to have that conversation with you in the next round of this. We'd be happy to lead that conversation and help recruit other VC funds that might want a piece of the action as well. I think where we started on this, it's a good place to also hopefully close and begin a partnership.
No, I don't think so. You've turned our valuation way over 70% lower.
Andres, can I?
If you're not taking the diluting shares, I don't think we have nothing to do here. Not
Andres, can I take on this? Can I take on this, please? Bain Company, I have been extremely patient with you guys, extremely patient. And you guys are making us losing our time. Definitely, this has been an hour and a half. I'm against this deal, and I advise my customer not to take this deal. I'm leaving.
Oh, sorry for that. Our associate is too passionate. Sorry.
He works for ZipCar.
No, it's an external.
It's an external consultant.
Yeah, we were paying him for all the numbers crunching, you know. But okay, it's fair. It's fair. If I'm sad that we couldn't reach this deal because, as I said, I was trying all the time to find a solution. And actually, as you were saying, that your valuation was not higher than 8 millions. And I proposed a solution, but I had an idea. I'm not a financial guy, you know, a financial woman, you know, and I don't know what else to offer you as a solution, because actually my colleague is really.
Yeah, I think there's nothing else you can offer to us. It was really nice, and we thank you for your time. But I think this is not the point where we meet.
We thank you for your time, and I think we see a lot of great ideas. We wish you luck. Just from our experience, I think some coming in when you do speak to VC, of course, we see a lot of passion, but you need to also understand that we believe in partnership, and how you partner with your VC says a lot, and how you partner with people within the industry, within the government and the things that you need. So we would advise you as next time when you do your next funding, you do meet with VCs, really come in, be calm, show your passion, but really understand the value of partnerships, how you can build partnerships. I think that was a red flag brought up by one of our partners, Vinay, when we did go out, is that we also see that there may be questionable amount of how you can build partnerships, given the people you hire or you use. So good luck. Keep that in mind, and we wish you all the success. We wish you all the success.
Thank you very much.
much.
But I wanted. No, wait, Jeffrey, don't
I'm
leave.
not going.
Okay, thank you very much, because I really appreciated all of your inputs on this. But I wanted to say something as well, because we are not able just to finish this deal or just to have this deal completed, because at the same time, you are saying that we need to be more open and we need to understand a little bit more about the possible partnerships and all of that, and that is true. But don't forget, as your colleague Bain said just a minute ago, that you are more focused on B2B business and like business related to companies, and this business is a totally different one. So actually, to be honest, you have all the knowledge in technology, but at the same time, this kind of business is new for you. So at the same time, it's a risk for us just to understand how or what is the reason for you to be so interested on us. So we take all your inputs as really value inputs, and we are going to keep focusing on technology and trying to build different partnerships. But at the same time, sadly, you are not the first one in our list to be partner in this particular business, because as Bain said, you don't have enough experience, not for the technology. You are the expert, you are the number one in the US in technology, but in the B2B business, and this is a B2C business, you are not the big guy here. So luckily, we will take all your piece of advices, obviously, because it is really good for us. But just consider that maybe I knew that it could be a big adventure for you just to be here in this particular business. But I'm really sad, and I'm really glad that you could have this meeting with us and learn from you, obviously.
Of course, that goes both ways.
Likewise.
Exciting times ahead for ZipCar, I'm sure.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So appreciate that, guys. Really.
You.
Great.
Thank you.
Great.